performance might run. I would say, hi, my name is Michael Boden. I'd like to perform a few feats of magic for you, and I'm going to try to impress you within 5 seconds of my performance. Yes, I'm going to have you think of any playing card that you want. That is any playing card. It doesn't matter. There's 52 to choose from. And within 5 seconds, I'm going to prove to you that I know what you're thinking. I'm so sure of this that I'm willing to wage some money. That's right, some hard-earned money. Not a lot of money, just a few dollars, but I think I'm going to be able to impress you within 5 seconds. Are you thinking of a playing card? Do you have one in mind? Okay, here we go. Let's start the clock. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. I think I beat my own record this time. One of the dollars has magically changed into the entire pack of cards. Now I know you're thinking of a playing card, so it has to be in here because yes, I am playing with a full deck of cards tonight. Well, this is just a pseudo presentation. By the way, I get to keep my money. I like that part. Pseudo presentation. Let's take a look at how I think I've covered all the bad issues with both versions, cash box and split second. I hope this works for you too. At least it works for me. Let's take a look at it. Okay, let's take a look at the props. First of all, I made this on the cheap side by going to a dollar store and finding a cardboard notepad, which I turned into a money wallet here, as you can see. It was a notepad with just your note paper inside, just a plain cardboard front, which I covered with naugahyde. I had some material left out in the garage, and I covered that with naugahyde. I tore this out, got rid of that. I then wanted to place a few checks here, maybe a check register, which I have yet to glue into place. I glued a few dollar bills on this side, overlapping them, so you see the $3 bills. You see one is turned upside down. That will come into play later. And underneath, right here, underneath the dollar bills is a magnet, which is about the size of this one here. They're rather powerful magnets, so this one's going to be used inside the card case. Remember, there's a magnet right there. So what I did was I ripped out the inside, I covered it with naugahyde, with spray glue, and on the back side of the wallet, I'm not sure if you can see the shine or the sheen on this, but I took mailing tape, the real clear mailing tape, and I coated that so that these dollar bills will slide and they won't get caught or they won't drag at all. It's a real slippery surface. And no one's going to see the bottom half anyway because you open it up like this. So remember, there's a magnet here, that goes there. The playing card with the magnet with the V cut out goes into the card box, just like so, so that when the rest of the cards are in there, it makes it, the V makes it very easy to grab those cards and pull them out and go into a thumb fan. Now the gimmick on this box is your basic gimmick, which is the flap which opens up and there's a dollar in between. Basically a piece of a card box cut out and dollar bill glued to it, and then that flap glued to the card box. Now on the other versions that I've seen, I believe Cashbox has the gimmick on this side, this front of the card box, which I didn't like because I love showing the beautiful graphics of the bicycle card design, so I never would want to do it on this side, but I did it on the reverse side because it works out better for me, because I'm constantly showing this and then I can open these up, take them out, and go into the thumb fan. So that's the card box. Now the magnet, remember there's a magnet here. Oh, there it is. The magnet goes in the box. The magnet is the very last card. It goes in like that. There we go. So when you take these out, the magnet is going to stay in there. The magnet's going to be helping us out a little bit later, which you'll see. A couple of dollars. This is the setup. You open the gimmick up. You place a dollar next to it. Place one upside down, which matches the one upside down right there. And because there's a magnet right here, it's going to stick to the magnet, which is right about here inside the card box. And when that happens, you get this. Everything clings to that wallet. Now, one thing about the wallet I forgot to mention, this wallet is the same size as the business card wallets, which has the business card flaps on the inside. I was going to buy one of those in leather and make this out of leather, which I eventually will. It'll look a lot nicer, but for right now I did the cheap cardboard version with the Nalgahide. But at least it's a halfway decent prototype. Okay, now back to the magnet. The magnet will hold everything in place so that when this is in your close-up case, you can pick it up like this to bring it out. You can pick it up by the edge to bring it out, and everything is going to stay in place. When you bring it out, it's held like this. Little finger, first finger. When you transfer it to the other hand, it simply goes to the other hand, but your second finger, I'm going to turn this over, your second finger touches the edge so that the second finger can drag that money off. Okay, the second finger has to touch that edge. So basically you bring this out, you have a lot of cover now for the angle problem. There's a lot of cover as long as you keep this low to the close-up mat, transfer to the other hand. Your second finger is now touching the edge so that when you open it up briefly and close it, you draw the money out from underneath and your thumb can fan them a little bit as they come out, setting this aside. Now when you set the wallet aside, I love the thinness of this wallet. No one is going to backtrack and say you had a deck of cards inside of that wallet. It's way too thin. Now the $1 bill that's upside down, I left it there on purpose so I could just physically readjust it a little bit to show a little bit of nonchalance way of handling the dollar bills, as if I'm not trying to be too stiff with the handling. When it comes time for the transformation, I love this because you're drawing them off the back and you have a lot of cover here. Before you only had $1 bill with the box showing like that and you had to block it with your hand. But here you have $2 bills, two massive dollar bills for cover. And when it comes to the transformation, you have misdirection as well, because look, as you pull $1 bill off to say that's 1, this is 2, the handling is exactly the same. When you pull the second dollar bill off, you do have to turn your hand towards your body so that they do not see the card box underneath. But they're watching the dollar bill out here, which is your misdirection. By that time you come back, you flip it over, fold the flap up, and it changes into a deck of playing cards. So that's basically how I've handled the issue of angles and the issue of not having to have this thing stuck in my pocket and hanging halfway out. A simple matter of a couple of magnets. The flap is the same, but a magnet inside the box, a magnet on the underside of your wallet, and it looks pretty clean, I think. I hope this helps you out if you want to try to make one.